Well, welcome here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. It's Section 8's 2A Championship Girls Basketball action. The Fergus Falls Honors taking on the Pelican Rapids Vikings and Lance. This is a game that we've kind of wanted to see for a long time when the Honors and the Pelican Rapids Vikings get together here at the Hive.
Right, awesome rematch of last year's Section 8 AA, and everybody knows that. We'll touch on that, how that one ended up. But, yeah, just the atmosphere tonight, Jason, and what a unique kind of that neutral court is kind of fun, I think. It gives a different look to one team not being the home team. I noticed both teams have been here throughout the year, so that helps that Fergus Falls started their year here against Perham, probably not one that they want to remember as they fell to the hometown Yellow Jackets at that point, and Pelicans played here as well. So not something that's new to them, but you can just kind of see it's got a great atmosphere here, and both teams were really excited to be here.
Last year, it went down to the wire. Maddie Guler hitting the game winner, making it a 43-41 victory for Pelican Rapids. They finished the season down at state. They lost to Wazeeka, but were one of the few teams that actually end their season with a W as they knocked off Concordia Academy 59-45 and finished with a 30-1 record. Now they're 19-1. Their lone loss was a 49-34 defeat to Crookston earlier in the season. They've won 13 straight heading into tonight's contest.
Right, and they're a real defensive-minded team. I would say gritty is the word that comes up to me. Nothing's going to be easy. Scoring probably isn't going to be easy unless you get some really fast break points. They're going to contest everything. They rebound well. They've got some size underneath. They've got some guards who are pretty quick, some young guards that are pretty quick, but they make things tough on the opposing team.
The Vikings got here with this victory over Staples Motley by a score of 55-39 in the opening round. Then they knocked out Park Rapids area 56-27 and then earned a 46-39 overtime victory over Barnesville, where Barnesville rallied late, had a chance to win the game at the buzzer, but a shot did not drop, and then Pelican Rapids with their suffocating defense took over in overtime.
Yeah, and that was a fun game, and I watched it on Magnitude Sports and got to watch Mike in action and listen to him, and it was an awesome game, and I found myself, you'd root for one team and they'd get up, and then pretty soon the other team would get back up, and it was that ebb and flow of that game was so unique, and then kind of free throws at the end just really sealed the deal for Pelican Rapids. And again, I agree with you, Jason. It was that stifling defense that caused Barnesville to make a few errant passes at the end that they probably wish they could have had back and might have been here for tonight's game.
And once again, we thank you for joining us tonight on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. Dean's Bulk Service celebrating over 50 years of service to Barnesville and the surrounding communities with locations in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and wishes the best of luck to all the teams in the Section 8 2A tournament. Visit them online at dbsoil.com to find out what they can do for you. And now we'll take a look at the Fergus Falls Otters. The Otters come in with a record of 18-3 overall. They were 10-2 in the Central Lakes Conference, 1-1 against opponents from Section 8 2A. Lance kind of touched on it earlier. That lone loss happened here against Perham in a 66-63 victory. In that game, Ellie Colbeck had a three-pointer just go off the side of the rim. Otherwise, they would have sent that to overtime. But the Yellow Jackets got that win. But Fergus Falls has been on a roll since. They've won 15 straight games. They got here with the victory over Frazee by a score of 68-46. They knocked off Roseau 73-41 and then defeated Holly 50-26.
Yeah, and they're hot and peaking at the right time as well. And they really kind of have that star power, Jason. And we'll touch on some of the individual players as we get going. But I remember that first game against the Yellow Jackets, and I saw some of their athletes and went, wow. You know, they really just have that presence on the court that makes you just kind of stop and take notice. And the Yellow Jackets played really well that night and beat them by 3. And that was really early in the season. And I know both teams are coached by fabulous coaches, known both of them for a long time. And so if you're trying to sway favor one way or the other, it's really tough to do that. And we'll talk about some keys to the game coming up that we've come up with as we get going. But this has a chance to be a barn burner.
We'll have those keys for you when we come back after this timeout here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groves with Lance Rock as we get ready to go. It's the Pelican Rapids Vikings and the Fergus Falls Otters in the Section 8 2A championship game, a rematch from last year's championship. And now we'll take a look at the keys for tonight's game. First, for the visiting team, the Pelican Rapids Vikings. They come in with a record of 19-1. They're 12-0 in the Heart of Lakes Conference. They've won that conference 2 years in a row, 13-1 overall against 8 2A opponents.
And now, number one is I think they got to establish a quick start. Quick start doesn't mean always offensively. It's going to mean defensively as well tonight. I guess my look at this is they can't fall behind too fast with the power that the Fergus Falls comes in offensively. So a quick start might be really on their defensive game, rebounding really well, and then doing a nice job on the offensive end, taking care of the basketball.
And then also turning that defense and offense there. A team that plays very good defense does Pelican Rapids. They don't score a lot of points, averaging just 50.3 points per game. They only allow 38.8 points per game, though.
And when you think about 38 points per game, that's not a whole. That's 19 and a half. And a lot of times you'd look at a scoreboard and go, they scored 19 and a half. What's wrong with what? Somebody must be out of the game. That's just that stifling defense that we've been talking about, and I think that's the key for them getting that quick start.
And this next one can actually fit for both teams. As you know, remember last year, you got to clear your head and forget that game. It was a tough loss. If you're an Otter fan, an outstanding victory and historic moment. If you were a Pelican Rapids Vikings fan, and you know that's one you just got to forget because it's a new day and a new era here today.
Yeah, and it's always a great part about athletics, whether you're talking about elementary athletics all the way up to the pros, how teams handle big victories and how they handle those tough defeats. And I'm sure it's a memory for both of them, and how they handle that memory tonight is probably going to be how that starts out for them, and they really want to start out well.
And one of the things also is keep it low. That's what we talked about. You know, these Vikings want to have that low-scoring game. We touched about something that I noticed in the replay of the Section 8 2A championship from last year, Mr. Brian Korf sporting the familiar orange shirt that he wore in last year's championship.
Yeah, and that a lot of people remember, and the shot was amazing, and it was just really, really, really one of those things that my son was saying, hey, I remember this. I thought I saw it on ESPN after it happened. And when you think about Central Minnesota and highlights being nationwide, that's pretty awesome. So limit those turnovers, play good defense. Really, it's the success. It's what they've done all year. So I don't think we're really letting the cat out of the bag to these keys, Jason, but it's something that they have done all year.
And now on the other side for the Otters, as they get ready to go, you know their key is going to be getting off to a fast start and also having a big game from Ellie Kolbeck for the Otters. Pelican Rapids is going to want to slow her down, but the Otters are definitely want to get her going right away.
Right, and she's kind of paced this whole time, the whole season for them. Another one that I think you could add to that list is Tori Ratz. I saw the other night she hit something like 8 threes. So when you have someone who's feeling that good, it was kind of like when we interviewed Katie Johnson a few times. She knew that she was on right from these starting warm-ups. So I think there's a couple of really, really special athletes out on the floor for the Otters, and that'll be kind of that what we talked about, containing them that's going to be Pelican's task tonight.
The Otters score at 64.6 points per game. They only allow 44.2, so they show that they can play defense as well, and they're going to need to do that when they take on this Pelican Rapids team. You know who you're going to have to key on when you look at Pelican Rapids. It's Greta Telfson, Ellie Hybe, and Anna Stephenson as well.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's one of those, well, at this point of the year, Jason, they know what they want to do. They've established who they are, both teams, and it's going to kind of be a battle of wills. Who comes out swinging right away, and that quick start for either team might be what separates for the rest of the game.
We'll take a quick timeout as you're watching the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Welcome back here at the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock here on the Magnitude Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in to the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show as the Fergus Falls Otters getting ready to take on the Pelican Rapids Vikings for a berth in the Minnesota Class 2A state basketball tournament and potentially another game here at the Hive, depending on how the brackets format and where they end up.
Yeah, it's a unique situation this year, Jason, with, a lot of times, well, most of the time, if not every time, this would have been a Concordia game. Really kind of with the situation we have going right now, it's a really good atmosphere for both teams, I think. And one of the things that we touched on earlier was both have played here. So it's not like one team had an advantage that way. They've both been at the Hive before. And it really holds this well. And it brings kind of that tournament atmosphere each time that I've been in this building, whether it's wrestling, girls basketball, boys basketball, whatever it may be. It really can get electric in here, and I think it'll be a really good atmosphere for both of these teams.
Well, we kind of saw it last night, the electricity that can happen in the Hive when the Yellow Jackets knocked off Barnesville in boys basketball action when they earned that 55-40 victory over the Trojans in the 8-2A playoffs. They'll play tomorrow night against Fergus Falls in the Section 8 2A Championship in Pelican Rapids. Make sure to tune in for that one as well. And talking about atmosphere, tomorrow night's going to be rocking. Tonight's going to be rocking here at the Hive. As the Hive, as we talked about this place, we like to talk it up, being from Perham, that we love this gym. It was compared to an NBA practice facility in a recent article in the Star Tribune, and a great showcase for the Perham community.
It is. And we're just blessed to be able to be in here night in and night out. And you can tell when other teams come, they kind of walk around the walking track, look at the pictures that are up around the building, take a peek into the weight room and the wrestling room, and it's a nice place, and there's a lot of great facilities in central Minnesota, and it's just good to get these highlighted because I think sometimes we're forgot about sometimes out here in central and northern Minnesota.
Now let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, for the Vikings of Pelican Rapids, Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior number 4, Chloe Paulson. Starting at guard, a 5'5" 7th grader number 10, Morgan Korf. Starting at forward, a 5'11" senior number 30, Anna Stephenson. Starting at a forward, a 5'10" senior number 32, Greta Tollefson. And starting at a forward, a 5'7" senior number 33, Allie Hybe. Head coach Brian Korf. His assistants, Cody Schaefer, Amanda Bells, and Lance Roisum. And that's a potent starting 5, and you may have noticed the 7th grader, Morgan Korf, she plays well beyond her years.
She does. She's very veteran savvy, and you can tell she's been around the game for a long time and is really almost at home when she's on the court. And she does a good job defensively. She also does a great job leading by example, even though she's a 7th grader. I'm really curious tonight. The two players that have stuck out to me have been Greta Tollefson and Anna Stephenson. Good size. They move well, Jason. They shoot the ball, and they're not afraid to go inside, outside, or run a high-low set off of each other. So I think that combo, they have to score tonight for Pelican Rapids to be successful.
The Otters will counter with a guard, a 5'10" junior number 5, Ellie Kolbeck. A senior guard, a 5'6" number 14, Logan Strong. Also starting to guard, a 5'8" junior number 22, Tori Ratz. Starting at forward, a 5'9" junior number 30, Hannah Polieski. And starting at forward, a 5'11" senior number 32, Paige Pearson. Head coach Brad Strand. His assistants, Josh Steer, Alyssa Husby, and Anna Monkey Gervais for the Fergus Falls Otters. In unique history there, Brad Strand also has a lot of ties to Pelican Rapids, leading the Vikings to a state tournament on the boys' side of things.
And back when I was on the Perham coaching staff, Coach Strand was at Pelican Rapids, and his team was always one to be feared with. They played good basketball. They were fundamentally sound. Definitely has taken those same set of assets and skills and now has transferred those to the Fergus Falls Otters. And it'll be fun tonight to see them both battle in the coaching staffs because there's going to be adjustments. I don't think that either team can just roll with what they have without making an adjustment at some point during this game. So I guess, again, I feel fortunate to be watching Ellie Kolbeck again, and she can really catch fire from the outside. And another one that I had read about and watched the other night was Tori Ratz. She hit like 8 threes in a game, and that is something that is just so fun to see when any athlete just gets into that zone. So let's see if those two can kind of pace, and I think that'll be the back and forth between the Pelican Rapids Vikings and the Fergus Falls Otters.
Should be a fun one here from the Hive. We'll take a quick timeout, get you set up for tonight's Section 8 2A championship game here from the Hive in Perham on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISOClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Both teams back after instructions from their head coach as they get ready to go for this one. Still about 4 or 5 minutes away from the opening tap here at the Hive. I'd like to thank you for tuning in and welcoming us into your home tonight for the Section 8 2A championship game between the Pelican Rapids Vikings and the Fergus Falls Otters. The Otters 18-3 overall, Pelican Rapids 19-1. As we said, the lone loss for Pelican Rapids was a 49-34 defeat to the Crookston Pirates. On the other side of things, the Otters 18-3 has suffered losses to Perham, Wilmer, and Alexandria. They come in with 15 straight wins. Pelican Rapids with 13 straight wins, and Lance, something has to give tonight.
Yeah, and one of the things that is kind of interesting is you have your traditional 8 AA team in the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and they play the Fergus Falls Otters play in the Central Lakes Conference, which kind of takes them away from some of the games of matching up against these teams in 8AA. One of the things that I found interesting was 2 of their losses were to Wilmer and Alexandria early in the year. They revenged both of them at the end of the year. So they are definitely coming out on fire. And one of the things that I think might bode well for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, as you look at what they've played a lot of tight games. And there's nothing that can compare you to a game that's within 2 points in the last couple minutes than playing in those games. And they've had a multitude of those games this year.
We touched on some of the keys. We think for Fergus Falls, they want to get this game in the 60s, 70s, up and down the floor. Pelican Rapids wants to try to slow this game down as much as they possibly can.
And I think it's going to be a battle of wills, and we're going to see very shortly who prevails.
Perham Activities Director Aaron Anderson will serve as PA. As we get ready for tonight's contest between these two teams, we'll take a quick timeout here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8AA tournament.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Well, welcome back once again to the Hive as we get ready to go. It's the Pelican Rapids Vikings and the Fergus Falls Honors. I'm Jason Groff with Lance Rock as we get ready to go for this contest. That should be a fun one here at the Hive. The Vikings will be introduced first. Head coach again, Brian Korf. They'll go with Chloe Paulson, Morgan Korf, Anna Stephenson, Greta Tolfson, and Ellie Hybe.
Yeah, and just that starting lineup feel, Jason, it just kind of got some really good warm-up music going here, and the crowd's into it already. Section 8AA basketball, nothing better than this.
And an exciting atmosphere once again here at the Hive as the teams are getting ready to go for this one. Again, the Vikings 19-1, the Honors 18-3. Ranked 9th in the QRF for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The Fergus Falls Honors, the #1 team in the state in the QRF. They were there last year at the spots and ended up getting upended by Maddie Guler and the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And now the Honors will be introduced to the crowd here at the Hive. Starting at a guard will be Ellie Kolbeck, as long as a guard as well as Logan Strom and Tori Rutz. Starting at the forward, Hannah Polieski. Then starting at the forward, Paige Pearson. Head coach Brad Strand has his honors at 18-3.
Yeah, and they're coming out of the Central Lakes Conference. One thing I know about that, it's a physical conference, and they're ready for battle, and they're battle-tested when they came out of there. And I think you can say the same for the Pelican Rapids Vikings coming out of their conference. Night in and night out, you got to be ready to play. So I'm excited for this, Jason. We're seconds away from the tip-off. You can just feel all everybody here is standing up, ready to roll, and so are we.
Otters meeting on the court right now. Vikings breaking the huddle as they get ready to go for this one now. Brad Strand talking things over with his squad. Getting final instructions. A nice round of applause for the officials here as we're getting ready to go for this one. We thank you again for tuning in to the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. And make sure to stay tuned throughout for the Midwest Bank halftime show. And the play of the game brought to you by the United Community Bank and Frazee Permanent. As we get ready to go for this one, Anna Stephenson will tip against Paige Pearson. Otters will be going right to the left. The Vikings going left to right. Vikings in their road whites with orange. Otters in the maroon. And there's the opening tap near side, and it's corralled by the Otters. Strom with it, now gets it to Kolbeck. Keep an eye on her all night. Polieski back to Kolbeck. Kolbeck looks to drive, kick out right side. Comes near side for Strom. Strom travels and a turnover. We'll give the ball to the Vikings, and just like that, the defense, the pressure for the Vikings, we're going to be touching about that all game long.
Right, and they were right on it from the get-go, and a little bit of nerves probably in the play, going a little faster than you want to go to start the game. They'll settle in.
Looking inside through the hands. Now it comes back to the far side. Korf with it now for the Vikings. Over there for Greta Tollefson. Fires a 3-2 strong. Rebound to Kolbeck and the Otters. And the Otters come back the other way. Kolbeck gets the screen, goes left hand, pull-up jumper for her is good for two. You can't let her get that open. Kolbeck gets the first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, in all the games I've watched, she's not afraid to shoot, and range is not limited to just that 18, 19 feet. She can hit it from about 20, 22.
Near side, Hybe with the pass near side to Korf. She corrals the loose ball. They look inside, it's not there. Comes over with it there. Tollefson with a nice spin and gets control of the basketball and gets the pass over the corner. Hybe looks to drive into the lane, short jumper off the glass, gets the roll for two for Anna Stephenson. Kolbeck back the other way. Pearson swings it around right side. Now it comes back here for Strom. Looks inside, finds Pearson. Jumper there, too strong. Rebound near side grab by Pearson. Her jumper no good. That was Polieski on the first shot, Either way, we're still tied at 2.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing some open looks. One of the things that I think Coach Korf's going to want to sew up right away is we're not really looking for the rebounds. We're doing such a great job face guarding, we're forgetting to go get the ball. So look for that to change here in the next couple possessions.
Hybe with it up top. Right side. Picks up her dribble. Now gets it there for Anna Stephenson. Stephenson with the first 2 points of the game for Pelican Rapids. Turnaround jumper for her is no good. Rebound grabbed inside. Chloe Paulson with the board. Nice rebound there by Paulson, and the Vikings will reset. Hybe looks for a cutter. Wasn't there. Now picks up her dribble and goes to Tollefson. She looks to drive. Spin move into the lane. Jumper short. And we are going to have an official's timeout as going down on the play was Paige Pearson, but she quickly pops up, which is a good sign to see because it looked awkward when she went down at first.
It did, and that quick grab right to the ankle type area gets you some concern. So I would guess you'll see the trainer right away, take a look at it and see, and we'll see if we see her later on in the game.
Anna Anderson comes in for hers. Kolbeck will drive left side. Quick jumper for Kolbeck is good for two, and she's got 4.
She uses that screen so wisely. She sets it up. It's not just an ordinary. She kind of hesitates a little bit, makes sure that screen's there, and hits that jump shot.
Paulson with it. Go right side to Morgan Korf. They're looking inside right now. It's there. It was for a moment. Now they go inside. Quick pass now, driving. And into traffic was Allie Hybe, and she travels.
And it was that hesitation call there that we were wondering, foul, travel. It ended up being a travel to the delight of the Otter crowd.
Right in front of Otter head coach Brad Strand as Ellie Colback will bring the ball up court with Chloe Paulson all over her. Now comes back near side, comes back here for Anderson. She launches a shot, no good. Rebound grabbed. And coming back is Anna Stephenson up to Korf. Now near side, it goes to Tolson. Tolson looking inside, will now dribble left hand into the lane. Ball was batted, so the carry was waved off on that one. As looking to drive, there's Anna Stephenson. Now a nice dump out pass, and the layup is good for Allie Hybe in her first 2 points.
That was just a nice job finding a teammate there. Got into a little trouble.
Quick three on its way, no good from Strom. Rebound grab by Korf. And the Vikings come back the other way, knotted at 4. Just the type of game that this Viking squad is going to want to play.
And it looks like Pelican Rapids trying to overload a side as the ball gets tipped out of bounds. Trying to overload a side and then get Stephenson on the wing or Tollefson on the opposite side wing, looking for a little backdoor action or being able to post up. So see if that continues in tonight's game and how they work that.
Emily Nuss has come in for Fergus Falls as well. With it up top, Anna Stephenson looks to drive, throws up the shot off balance, no good. Rebound to the Otters and coming back, Tori Ratz. Ratz with a nice move, but it's poked away by Morgan Korf. Korf with the steal. She keeps her head about her as she notices the Otters come by and lets them clear. And with a couple of nice spin moves, still has the ball, now gets rid of it. They're looking for a count. Was Fergus Falls as Paulson has it. Paulson with the near side pass to Stephenson. Now it goes near side, Hybe. Now Tollefson gets a screen, comes into the lane, looks to drive, spins, pulls up a quick jumper, no good, too strong. Rebound grab by Tori Ratz.
And the amazing thing is, Jason, I don't think this pacing is what either team really wants right now. It's a little bit faster than what Pelican wants to go, and Fergus just isn't hitting their shots.
And Anna Anderson takes the long three-pointer, it's no good. Stephenson the rebound. She brings it back for the Vikings. Inside, Chloe Paulson shot too strong and a foul. The foul will be on Hannah Polieski. That's going to be her first.
And it almost looked like it came after the shot. Like the shot went up and then body contact after that. But either way, she's going to shoot two.
Well, that might be the discussion happening right now. Oh, the discussion was on the foul, and it's not going to be on who I thought it was. Oh, that was on Polieski. That'll put Paulson at the line. Paulson's free throw, good. Couple of changes for both teams. Ellie Welch and Sophia Paulson in for the Vikings. Try to catch the ones for the Honors quickly as Paulson free throw, no good. Rebound grab by Paige Pearson.
And she's back in the game, so that's a good sign if you're an Otter fan.
Pearson gets it. Now to the near side, it goes to Rats. Inside, Colbeck. Colbeck left hand, no good. Rebound grab there inside by Ellie Welch. And we saw Welch here against Perham give the Vikings some good minutes off the bench, and she's going to be a key tonight. Quick three-pointer on its way. That's good. Hitting that one's Greta Tollefson. She gets the outside jump, and the Vikings lead 8-4.
Yeah, and just like you said, look out for Welch, too. She shot the three really well while she was in this place. And I think if you're the Otters right now, you're just looking to get a good set.
And Colbeck says, I'm just going to hit the three instead, as she nails that one, and it's within one.
And that looked like a good set to me, Jason.
It works. It went in. And now they go to the near side. Spin move. Tollefson. Right hand off the glass is good for two.
And here's what we talked about. The Stars going back and forth.
Rats is going to fire the three. No good. Long rebound grabbed by Ainsley Hansen, who came in during that last timeout. Now looking to drive to kick it over. Quick jumper. Far side off the rim from Nuss and grabs by the Vikings. Vikings come back the other way, looking to drive. Stephenson spins into the lane. Fergus Falls wanted the walk. They didn't get it, but they got the ball anyway. Now Colbeck. Colbeck left hand. Now near side with the pass to Rats. Back to Colbeck. Colbeck with Paulson on here. She looks things over, gets a screen, goes right. Now hands it off and looking to drive Rats. Now a jumper from the free throw line, no good from Ainsley Hansen. And the Vikings clear out once again.
They've had a lot of those spin in and out, so maybe it's just a matter of time. But it seems like they're getting the shots they want.
With the near side, Sophia Paulson hands it off to Chloe Paulson. Goes over there for Welch. And Welch hit a lot of the outside shots against Perham, but she gets her pocket picked that time by Ellie Kolbeck. Kolbeck pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. And it's the Ellie Kolbeck show. She's got 9 of the Otters, 9 points.
I was just going to say Vikings 10, Kolbeck 9.
Stephenson with it. Goes near side, Sophia Paulson. Paulson to Welch. Welch thought about it for a second. Will now hold it up high. Now dribbles, gets a screen, looks to drive in the lane, does. Now hands it off. Highview with the dribble shot, short. That's Stephenson, excuse me. And the putback, no good, but she's fouled and will have a chance at the line.
And there's that gritty type team I was talking about in the Vikings. Second, third, fourth shots, just going after the ball continuously leads for them to get 2 free throws.
Stephenson at the line, gets that one to go. She's got 3 points.
Korf back into the game.
Second free throw, Stephenson's good. She's got 4 for the Vikings. The Vikings lead by 3. As Kolbeck will bring it up court. Kolbeck looks things over. Guarded closer there by Chloe Paulson. Pass right side to us, and we got a foul away from the basketball. And it's going to be on Fergus Falls. Picking up the foul is Ainsley Hansen. That's going to be her second.
Little change here for Fergus Falls, picking up full court.
Korf guarded by Nuss in the backcourt. Korf gets across the timeline. Now to Chloe Paulson. Thought about a quick 3, but passes it up. Dribbles around, gets it there for Tollefson. Tollefson spins. Spins again. Now picks up her dribble, into trouble. Gets it to Welch. Welch was thinking about it, but was closed quickly by Hansen. Dribbles into trouble. Hansen gets it. Now it's on the floor, and they battle for it. And held ball will be the call. Possession arrow will stay with the Vikings.
And I think the Vikings are still in what they want to do. They're trying to isolate on this wing, get a good look for one of their 2 that really have done the scoring for them this season.
Towson gets the inbounds pass. Now spins into the lane, throws up a shot. Is good for 2 for Greta Tolson. She's got 7. And it's a 5-point Viking lead. Kolbeck looking to drive, kicks it right side. Now comes back up top with the head fake Nuss. She drives, the right hand layup, no good. Rebound to Morgan Korf. Korf with the big screen, and now a foul. Greta Towson set the nice screen, and running right through her was Emily Nuss, and she gets called for the foul. Inbound goes to Korf, right back to Tollefson. Tollefson almost gets her pocket picked in the backcourt by Nuss. But Tollefson will bring it up court. Into the lane, kick out Paulson. A long 2 from Chloe Paulson, short. And Kolbeck is able to grab the rebound and clear out.
What a headsy play by Tollefson, though. She realized that 10-second call was coming. She sprinted across the line. Nobody picked her up, so she kept going.
Ainsley Hansen hands it off there for Rats. Rats drops back. Now goes near side. With it there is Hansen. She hands it off to Kolbeck. Kolbeck looks to drive, kicks it near side as Nuss gets it. Nuss into the lane, gets cut off. 3-pointer fourth coming on its way. It's good for Tori Rats.
And I think that's the second cog that the Otters need, and it's a good sign for them, as she's one that I talked in pregame, hit like 7-8 in a row in the game. So that's a good sign if you're an Otter fan.
Korf with another nice move in the backcourt, gets it to Chloe Paulson. Korf looking inside, that's Paulson looking inside, not there. Paulson now gets it to Tollefson. Tollefson with the spin move into the lane, throws up a shot, no good, but she's fouled.
Boy, they're really getting to the basket well, Jason, and I think Coach Korf's got to be really happy about that. It seems like every possession is played inside the lane, and the fouls are racking up here for the Otters.
Free throw, no good for Tolson. She's got 7. Vikings have done a nice job overall on both sides of the floor tonight so far, and that's why they lead by 2. But Tolson misses them both, and Kolbeck gets a nice rebound.
And a shot for the Otters here to take the lead.
Now with the Paige Pearson near side, Rats looks inside, Kolbeck turnaround jumper, and the short jumper is good for Kolbeck. We got a timeout called by the Vikings. 7:49 to go in our first half. We're tied at 14. We'll take a timeout on the Magnitude Sports Network.
I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here to the Hive as the Pelican Rapids fans get on their feet, tied at 14 with the Otters with 7:49 to go here in the first half, and a good first half for both these teams. The Vikings get the ball out of the timeout, a lot of pressure, and they're able to get it into Korf just in time before the 5-second count.
Yeah, nice pressure there by the Otters, but Korf is so heady for a 7th grader. Just fun to watch her just take control in the backcourt.
Paulson with it. Gets a screen from Tolson. Gets another one. Comes back out. As they sent a few screens, and now Paulson dribbles right side, picks up her dribble, goes back to Korf. Korf with it, and the Vikings reset. Hands it off now there for Stephenson. Stephenson into the lane, slowly spins, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, and reaching up and grabbing is Paige Pearson. Pearson going through the defender and gets the rebound.
Must have been right over the top. It looked a little bit on the back, but
shot no good. There's the rebound for Pearson. Another three-pointer on its way. That one's off the mark from Logan Strom. It'll be Pelican Rapids basketball. Vikings fans were hoping for that foul on that rebound.
Yeah.
As Korf gets the inbounds, now it goes back to Tolson. Tolson is bringing up court. Now it goes over to Chloe Paulson. Paulson hands it off there for Stephenson. Korf sets the screen on Kolbeck, but Stephenson goes the other direction and passes batted out of bounds. Looking for Paulson in that corner, and a dangerous pass goes out of bounds, and it goes to the Vikings with 6:30 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think this game's been as advertised here. Both teams getting kind of what they want. Execution now is going to be crucial.
Otters look inside. Pearson. It comes back up top, and a three-pointer from Strom is off the front iron, and Korf is there for the board. Another one-and-done possession. Been a lot of those tonight. Both teams have been good on the boards. Chloe Paulson gets the screen, goes right side. Now hands it off Stephenson. She gets the screen, goes left. Kolbeck out on her. Stephenson looks into the lane, head down, now picks up her dribble. In a tough spot to pick up her dribble, but finds help in the form of Morgan Korf. Now it goes to Tolson. Tolson off the screen, looks to drive, spins, poked away. Now to the floor, and it's tied up. Doing a nice job poking it away first, Logan Strom. They've gotten a read on that spin from Greta Tolson here in the early going now.
And one of the things that you probably are noticing is Fergus Falls really tacking the high side of the whoever's dribbling the basketball. So look for Coach Korf and his ladies to make a minor adjustment in how they're going and maybe back cut that instead of continuing to drive outside.
Now Rats with it. Got 3 of the 14, and she's going to take a jumper from the right side, miss everything, goes out of bounds. Colbeck has the other 11 as they're tied at 14. Tollefson leads the way for Pelican Rapids with 7. Korf with it, guarded closely by Rats in the backcourt. And she crosses the timeline with Rats on her, goes left side, loses the ball, now to the floor, but she's makes a nice heady pass to Stephenson, who throws up a shot, no good. Rebound grab down low by Paige Pearson, and the Otters come back. Here's Colbeck. Hands it off to Logan Strom, look to shoot, but she passes it up. Now it goes back to Rats. Rats with a nice entry pass, and the layup is up and in for Henna Polieski. A nice entry pass, she cleared out and got the layup for 2.
And I like to see that from the Otters. Jason, they've been settling for those threes, and they've been firing them up pretty fast. Going inside may settle this down a little bit and get a little bit better looks for the Otters.
Stephenson down low. Jumper is short, no good. Colbeck was all over her and gets the rebound.
Every shot is contested.
A 3 on its way, short, off the iron. Colbeck there for the rebound. Pull-up jumper for her is good. Ellie Colbeck has been automatic as she got the offensive board on the missed 3 attempt by Logan Strom, and the Otters lead by 4. Korf, it's stolen away. Grabbing that one's Tori Rats. Rats across the timeline. Now drops it off. Pearson comes near side with a pass for Strom. Now goes back far side there for Rats. Inside, the entry pass down low. Shot up, no good by Polieski, but she draws the foul and will have a chance at the line.
And I think the Otters have found something they like, sealing that backside, throwing it over the top, which is a kind of a dangerous entry pass, but it's working right now for them.
Fouls on Ellie Hybe. Free throw good for Polieski. She's got 3. The Otters lead by 5. Seems like a little bit now that the Otters have kind of settled in.
Right. And again, we've talked about it. Sometimes going inside, then out really adds as the second free throw goes in.
It's a 6-point Otter lead with 3:41 to go here in the first half. Tollefson will inbound. Otter's going to pick up full court.
3 minutes left, 3:41 left in the half. This is kind of crucial time, Jason. They're struggling to get it in, and there's the 5 count.
The Vikings have struggled to make the adjustments on the inbounds play, and no one came to the basketball in the backcourt.
Yeah, and definitely I think Coach Korf's thinking how, because Fergus Falls Otters are long on defense, and they're making it really difficult playing those passing lanes.
Inside they go again. Pearson now back to Colbeck. Colbeck near side with the pass to Us. It's going to go back to Colbeck. Colbeck started closely in the backcourt. Now with the pass for Nuss. Nuss into the lane. Hands it off there for Anna Anderson. Now goes back to Colbeck. Colbeck, quick jumper. Good. Ellie Colbeck is on fire. And the Otters lead by 8 and a timeout called by the Vikings. 3:06 to go. The Otters lead by 8 in the first half here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back here at the Hive. The Otters lead 22-14 with 3:06 to go in the first half. And right now, leading the way for the Otters, Ellie Colbeck has just been outstanding for this Fergus Falls squad team. We knew she was one of the better players on this Fergus Falls team, and she's definitely showing that here in this first half. 15 points leading the way for Fergus Falls.
And so far, I haven't seen a weakness to her game, Jason. Off the dribble, off the pass, mid-range, taking it to the basket, three-pointers. She's really done it all right now. And what's most impressive to me is she's leading by example defensively. She's the one picking up full court pressure and really is just willing this team to this 8-point lead.
And that was one of our keys to the game for the Vikings. They need to find a way to contain her. So far they haven't. She's got 15 of the 22. Vikings with the ball to the timeout, looking to set up with Morgan Korf. She'll bring the ball up court for the Vikings. Korf gets a screen from Welch, goes right side. Now they look inside Tollefson. Tollefson off the glass is in for 2.
And that's what you like to see out of a timeout, Jason. They ran and executed that play well. They went to their scorer in Tollefson.
You expect to hear her name throughout the rest of the night. They're looking for the back cut there where the Otters not there. Korf almost gets the steal. And now it comes back up to Tori Ratz, and they'll settle things down. Now to Kolbeck. Kolbeck gets a screen. Thought about a quick shot. Now will fire a pass to Anderson. Comes near side for Ratz. Ratz back there. Now to the pass to the right side for Nuss. Near side Kolbeck again. Kolbeck gets the screen. Now goes behind the back of the dribble and fires a pass to Paige Pearson. Now back here for Nuss into the lane. Floats up an off-balance shot. Doesn't get the roll. And rebound grab by Stephenson and the Vikings. Now Korf looks things over. Goes to Stephenson. Kolbeck on her. Now it comes back to Welch. She fires the 3 and hits it. Ellie Welch hits the 3. And she was the one that hit a lot of threes against Perham earlier at the Hive here.
And really ignited their offense at that point, too, as they were behind the Yellow Jackets at that time. So it gives them another threat on the court for sure.
Kolbeck with a nice move on Paulson. Jumper from inside the three-point line, too strong. But Chloe Paulson's there for the rebound. One of the rare misses tonight from number 5.
I was going to say, I almost marked it in my scorebook just assuming it was going in.
Korf near side now for Stephenson. Stephenson was looking inside for Tollefson. Closed off there by Paige Pearson. She'll dribble back out. 1:07 to go in this first half. You may hear the Fergus Falls fans counting down, trying to see if they can get the errant shots early as Chloe Paulson has it. Now it goes back to Korf. Korf with a nice move in the backcourt. Gets space on Ratz. Under a minute to go. 22-19 to score. Welch with it. Looks to drive. Comes through the lane. Nice bounce pass for Paulson. Put back too strong. Rebound tied up. And we're going to have a foul down low. That's on Anna Stephenson. Her first.
There's a nice flow to the substitutions on both teams. We don't usually talk about that, but I'm just sitting here and there's a definite flow. The girls stay involved in the game, and nice job by both coaching staffs.
Near side, Kolbeck gets the screen, drives in the lane. Now Tollefson switched on her and met her off the screen. Now Kolbeck with a nice spin move, right hand, no good. Rebound grabbed underneath by Polieski. The kick out 3 for Logan Strom, no good. And fighting for a rebound and getting the board and drawing a foul is Greta Tollefson. The foul will be on Anna Anderson.
Only 6 team fouls, so you don't want to say no harm, but not as much harm as if you would have gave them free throws there. So here we go, back to the press.
And an adjustment that the Vikings have just made. Now Morgan Korf is going to inbound and get it right to Greta Tollefson. Prior to that, it was Tollefson handling the inbound duties. Tollefson with it. Cross-court pass for Paulson with 8 seconds. Now a 3 on its way. Good! And Stephenson hits the 3. We're tied at 22. Kolbeck with 1 from half court. The floater. No good. And we're going to go into the break. Knotted at 22. And just a great shot there. Anna Stephenson gets the 3 to even it up at 22.
And somehow that's fitting to how this half should end, Jason. Tied up and we start all over just like it's the beginning of the game. I think both teams are going to make some adjustments coming out. Full court pressure really did get to Pelican Rapids. Now we're going to see some adjustments at halftime when they've got some time, and I think that we got to define a second scorer for the Otters in this second half.
We'll take a quick timeout, come back with your Midwest Bank halftime show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Welcome back here at the Hive. The Vikings and the Otters tied at 22 in an exciting first half. Lance, and what are some of the things you take away from that first half?
Ellie Colbeck's as advertised. It is, I talked to Coach Strand before the game and just talked about how much of a leader she is. And Jason, I couldn't be more impressed by an athlete. So far, she has really just willed the Otters to be in this game. Without her, this Pelican would have quite a substantial lead.
Ellie Colbeck has 15 to lead the Otters. 4 points for Hannah Pulieski and 3 points for Tori Ratz. That's your first half scoring for the Otters. On the other side of things, for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, 9 points on the board for Greta Tollefson, 7 points for Anna Steffensen, and 2 points for Allie Hybe, 3 for Ellie Welch, 1 for Chloe Paulson. The Otters had a nice little run there. Seemed like they're going to try to stretch it out and pull away, but Pelican Rapids, a couple of big shots. Ellie Welch with one of the big threes, and then Anna Steffensen with a big three late in that half.
Right, and Tollefson's just been so instrumental in what they're doing. Whether she was bringing the ball up the court against the full court pressure, they're definitely looking for her in the offense. And it'll be interesting to see if they stick with that, as they were really trying to isolate Tollefson or Steffensen on the backside and trying to get them a one-on-one matchup. And they got to the basket. As we look, there are a ton of fouls on the Otters. Not a ton for a half, but 6, and it all kind of came in the paint on drives or those two ladies inside the paint area. So we'll look to see if they still try to exploit that in the second half, or if the game plan changes now that they've kind of waded through this first half and it came out tied.
Well, you look at the stats put up on the screen, thanks to Mike Mason for these. Scored 22 at half, and about as even as you can expect in a tie game with both teams 9 of 18. 12 rebounds for the Vikings, 10 for the Otters. Again, a very evenly played game to the Vikings. We talked about they could keep it in the 40s. We think that would be a key to their success. They're on that pace.
Right, and one of the other ones was to contain Colbeck, and that we'll see what they do differently in the second half there. I really believe Fergus Falls needs to find that second scorer in this. I don't think she can carry this all by herself.
And that kind of leads to my point. If you're maybe a different point I'm going to say, if you're Pelican Rapids, maybe you're going to let Ellie Colbeck get her points, shut down everyone else, and make Ellie Colbeck do all the work.
And that might be where they're at. And I guess I'm surprised looking at those stats, Jason. I would have thought shooting 500 from the field, or 50% from the field, I didn't think Fergus Falls was there in the first half. They seemed to take a lot of shots in a hurry, but then you got to go back, and Colbeck was probably 6 for 7 or whatever it was, so that balances that out.
At the half, we're tied at 22. We'll take a timeout, and thank you for tuning in to the Midwest Bank Halftime Show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, Building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. The Vikings and the Otters knotted at 22. Again, leading the way in that first half for Fergus Falls was Ellie Kolbeck with 15. Greta Tolson leads the way for the Vikings with 9 as both teams are getting close to coming out on the floor. The Vikings on the floor receiving a nice round of applause from the faithful that were allowed to attend within COVID-19 protocols here at the Hive.
Yeah, and this is just set up for such a good second half. Nobody's in foul trouble. I haven't seen both teams are really kind of getting what they want to get done. Again, I know it probably sounds like I'm repeating myself. The Otters have to find a second person to score. And if you're the Pelican Rapids Vikings, I really think you keep doing what you're doing because at some point they've got their scorers scoring, and I think you're going to see Korf probably get more involved in this action. And she could be a difference maker, even being a 7th grader. She's just so headsy on the floor, and she handles that pressure so well. So let's see how this battle goes in the second half.
Should be a very exciting second half. Anticipate this one to go down to the wire just like last year. I know we don't really need to remind the fans of either team how it went, but here's an opportunity. Maddie Guller with that big buzzer beater helped the Vikings to a 43-41 victory. Again, key point in that one, in the 40s, helped the Vikings go to states.
Right, and I agree with you, Jason. I was thinking back to what you were saying, and I really thought the Otters were going to stretch this lead out a little bit. By all means, it looked like they had things going their way. They got a little inside game going, which opened up the outside, and all of a sudden, here came the Vikings just storming back, and a couple of three-pointers. It's just a good reminder that you're never really out of a ball game when the three-point shot starts going.
We're getting ready to go for the start of the second half. Both teams, fan bases trying to energize their team here for the final 18, potentially more, as we get ready for the second half, as the Otters pull out a unique chance.
One of your favorites, I believe, Jason, with the Skol chant going on in the background.
Just going to leave that one be. As we're tied at 22, which is odd that the Otters are doing Skol when they're playing the Vikings.
Yeah.
As it's 22-22 here at halftime, getting ready for the start of the second half.
Yeah, and I always think this is kind of the fun part of the after halftime. You watch both coaches as we kind of pan towards both huddles, really diagramming what they want to do this half. And again, I think both teams have they've done a great job getting into their offense and executing. The shots just haven't fallen at times for both teams. Let's see if one team gets hot here right off the bat, and that might spread that lead just enough to lead them through the second half.
We said quick start was going to be the key. That's going to hold true in the second half. The Vikings will get the ball to start the second half, and it's Morgan Korf in the backcourt. Now hands off to Chloe Paulson, goes near side. Down low, Stephenson And she traveled on her way to the hoop.
And a little different defensive look there for the Otters. So again, adjustments were being made. Here comes a little bit of token full court pressure by the Vikings.
Kolbeck brings it up court, goes near side to Strom. Strom looks inside. Now it goes back over to Kolbeck on the left. Kolbeck inside. Nice pass down low. The layup is up and in for Paige Pearson. And she has a chance at a three-point play.
And man, was that a nice play, Jason. She came up like she was going to get that high post reversal. She slipped that screen right into that opening in the block in the paint area and went up strong and got the and one.
And the free throw is good for Pearson. And the Otters lead by 5 on the foul. That was by Greta Tollefson. That was her first. She comes up court with the basketball. Now has it up to Paulson. Near side it goes for Hybe. Hybe for Korf. Korf over to Tollefson. She launches the three and hits it. And Greta Tollefson's got 12 as she answers and ties it at 25. The Vikings picking up in the backcourt. Kolbeck gets the screen, now hands it off. Comes back to her. Kolbeck, pull-up jumper for free throw line extended, no good. It's short. Rebound grab by Stephenson. And Stephenson back the other way for the Vikings. Looks to drive in the lane, throws up an out-balance shot, lost control of it. As the Vikings were hoping for a foul as Kolbeck gets the loose ball. Hand it off. There it comes to Rance. They swing it over Pearson. Hands it off to Kolbeck. Kolbeck with Paulson out on her. Fires it to the right side to Tori Rance. Comes Pearson. Back to Kolbeck. Kolbeck for three. Good. Ellie Kolbeck has 18, and the Otters are back up by 3.
And that was a real nice, patient offensive set. They ran Kolbeck around enough till she got that good-looking screen and set her feet, and nothing but net, which is what we saw in the first half.
Hybe now to Tollefson with a nice head fake. Tollefson in the lane. Nice dish down low. The shot up, no good, but Stephenson will be at the line to shoot 2. Nice play there by Greta Tollefson.
Yeah, both teams have executed well. I talked about that just coming out of the huddle. They're getting exactly what they want right now.
Logan Strom, the guilty party on the foul, is the free throw by Stephenson's good. Gives her 8 points. That second one, no good. Rebound grabbed and corralled by Paige Pearson. Otters by 2 with the basketball with 15:50 to go in the second half of this 8-2A championship game. That's Strom, hands it over. Three-pointer forthcoming, too strong from Riots. The rebound is now corralled by Paulson. She quickly gets it to Stephenson, and out come the Vikings. Hand off Korf. Korf gets a couple screens into the lane, gets cut off. Now hands back to Tollefson, who fires the three. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound grabbed by Polieski.
And that was a quick trigger by Tollefson, which tells me one thing. She feels like it's going in, so look for her to get more shots.
Kolbeck the floater, drops again for 2. Now Tollefson over to the far side, Stephenson. Comes back Tollefson, looking to drive inside the lane. Pull-up jumper's good. Nice jumper there, Greta Tollefson. She answers and cuts the lead back to 2.
And the nice thing she did there is she stopped before she would end up with a charging call. She stopped for that little mid-range pull-up jumper.
Baseline jumper, Paige Pearson, no good. Rebound, grabbed, and a travel going to the floor with it was Allie Hybe. Allie Welch will come in with 14:39 to go in the second half.
It's just kind of like a heavyweight boxing match right now, Jason. They're going blow for blow right now, and it's just been so fun to watch because each team is doing exactly what they want to do.
They fake the handoff, looking to drive. There is Pearson, but she doesn't finish, and the Vikings get the rebound. Nice design play there, but unable to finish. Now Tollefson spins into the lane, goes to the ground. Pearson tied up. Held ball will be the call. They'll give it to the Vikings, or excuse me, to the Otters with 14:21 to go.
I thought maybe the pressure defense, they were going to come out with Paulson there, Jason, and try to deny Colbeck the ball, but that's not the case. Just trying to get them to start their offense a little further out on the floor.
Colbeck gets the handoff, guarded by Paulson. Drives right side. Welch closes on her. Nice dish, too strong. And out of the hands of Rats, and it goes out of bounds with 14:04 to go. Tough pass there into the corner. Rats unable to corral it.
Great vision, seeing her teammate open there in the corner, but that was a tough one going full speed and trying to tippy-toe on that corner.
Dorf with it. Looks things over. Goes right side, Tollefson. Tollefson with Colbeck on her. Looks to drive baseline. Now comes back to Chloe Paulson. Back to Greta Tollefson. Left-hand dribble through the lane. Now spins. Looks for help. It's Paulson. Steps into a three-line drive. Shot no good. Rebound Stephenson. But she gets her pocket picked, and now the ball is tied up. And the possession arrow will keep it with the Vikings. Paulson had the good look, stepped into it, but just too much of a line drive.
Right. That's a good look and a shot you probably want your players taking at this point in the game, especially when they're open like that.
Inbound Towson in traffic. Nice spin move, and the left hand is good. What a beautiful move inside the lane by Greta Towson. And we're tied once again at 30. Colbeck fishes down low, comes back up. Three from Rats. Good. Tori Rats hits the three. She's got 6. And we got a timeout on the floor. Otters lead by 3. 13:05 to go in the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back here live at the Hive. 13:05 to go. The Otters lead the Vikings 33-30. Tori Rats with a three-pointer is the difference right now. She has 6. Stepped into that one before the timeout, and a nice shot there by Rats. But on the other side of things for the Vikings, Greta Tolson's doing some work inside and outside. Her last possession, that nice spin move in traffic with a left-hand layup, was what a thing of beauty there for the Vikings.
I've been impressed with her footwork and her underneath the basket moves, her post moves all night, Jason. She's got a wide variety and hasn't really used one back-to-back all night.
Otters all the timeout, going to pick up in the full court, and Stevenson will get the inbound. Stephenson with it. Gets a screen, goes right side, is met there by Rats. Goes all around in the lane. Now a 5-second call is called. And Brian Korf is not happy with that call. As Colbeck will bring it up court. Near side, Polieski, and it goes right side for Rats. Rats gets a screen in the lane. Hand off there, thought about it for a second was Nuss, but we'll go right side to Pearson. Pearson back over for Rats. Now it goes near side, Hannah Polieski again to Colbeck. Paulson closes on her as Colbeck drives in the lane, now hands it off to Nuss. Nuss with a spin, picks up her dribble, and gives it to Pearson.
Real patient set here for the Otters, and I think they're looking to get just the shot they wanted.
And it's a Colbeck layup for 2 as she knifes through the Viking defense to make it 35-30.
And it's nice to reward your coach like that when he sets up a patient offensive set and you get a layup out of it.
Towson now gets it to Korf. 11:45 to go. Vikings trail by 5. Korf with the basketball. Guarded closely by Nuss. Hands it off for Paulson. Paulson. Left hand dribble now. Otters looking for a 5 count once again. Didn't get it this time. As Korf has it. Picks up her dribble to Paulson. Paulson steps into a long jumper, gets the roll. It's only a 2, though, for Chloe Paulson, as she foot was on the line, as she hits that one to cut it to 3.
Nonetheless, a big basket there for the Vikings. I think if they came down empty that time, this game could change dramatically.
Nice swing around. Nuss with it. Now goes to Colbeck. The open 3 for her. In and out, no good. Tolson skies and gets the rebound. Tolson brings up court to Paulson. Goes back to Tolson. They swing it right to Korf. Korf drives, spins, gets cut off. As Nuss closed the lane on her. But Korf gets a nice screen. Pull-up jumper. Shot no good. Misses everything. A lot of confusion on who was going to grab it, and bounces out of bounds, and it'll go to the Otters.
Well, I think they were wondering whether it was tipped or not, and I was thinking the same thing, and I was like, you just got to grab it, and they both decided to let it go, and goes back to the Otters. And one of the things that I've noticed on defense for the Otters is Nuss. She's just like glue on whoever has the basketball, and I think it's 2 or 3 5 counts now with the person that's been dribbling while she's been guarding them. So excellent job of getting extra possessions for the Otters by Nuss.
Rats with it. Now back to Kilbeck. Colbeck comes back to Rats. Now comes back up top, stepping into a 3 is Anna Anderson. She misses it out to Mark Tolson there for the board. Now an opportunity for the Vikings. Paulson pass up the open look, steps into a closer shot, and misses that one. And grabbing the rebounds, Emily Nuss. Rats with it. Gets cut off by Stephenson. Now comes all the way back near side to Nuss. Nuss. A little drive. Sophia Paulson on her. Now back to Anna Anderson.
And the Vikings are really just sagging in on defense now.
And Colbeck gets the look, too strong. Rebound, Nuss. Put back off the mark. Another rebound, Pearson drives off the glass, no good. Offensive board, put back, good. Anna Anderson, her first 2 points as the Otters dominated the offensive boards on that possession.
And that's persistence pays off right there.
Driving, Stephenson, shot no good. Rebound grabbed by the Otters. 9:15 to go, the Otters by 5. Colbeck to Rats, down low it goes. The Otters kick back up top. Goes near side, Anna Anderson fires the 3, and it's good for Anna Anderson. And it's now an 8-point lead, and we got a timeout on the floor. Otters lead by 8 with 9:01 to go here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back here at the Hive with 9:01 to go. Yellow Jackets lead. Otters lead the Vikings. I'm so used to saying Yellow Jackets here, but it's Otters lead the Vikings 40-32 here in the second half.
Right, and I think one of the things that we talked about at halftime, Jason, was were the Otters going to find somebody else to score, and they found a multitude of people to score. Now, Anderson with a couple of buckets, Rats with the bucket, and so it kind of relieves that pressure now, and the Vikings started to sag back a little bit. Now we're going to probably have to come out and guard them. And I think if you're the Vikings, this is a key possession. I don't think you want to get behind double digits, especially to a high potent offense like the Otters.
We touched on it for the Vikings. They want to keep in a low-scoring game. The Otters have already hit 40 points. Vikings just allow 50 points a game as Korf gets across the timeline. Looking for help, not finding it. She might get another 5. Able to get rid of it there in time to Tolson. Tolson. Now the handoff there to Stephenson. Stephenson, Colbeck on her. Now it comes back to Tolson. We touched on the Vikings defense, but it's the Otters playing outstanding defense right now.
They are, and Nuss is kind of leading by example. She's just fighting through screens, and
Korf drives, but gets plowed there by Nuss. Just as you mentioned that.
Just as I mentioned, she's trailing, and she's doing a good job. Just a quick stop there by Korf, and she ran right into her.
It's the second foul on Nuss. Just a second on the Otters. There's only been 3 fouls in the second half. Pelican Rapids gets it into Korf. Korf into the lane. Shut off there by Nuss. Now stepping into a 3. Stephenson hits it. Anna Stephenson steps into a 3.
And nice job, Vikings. They've had an answer about every time tonight, Jason, and that was a huge answer with 8 minutes to go.
Colbeck, the open look for 3. In and out, no good, and a big rebound by Stephenson. Another key possession for the Vikings. They get to stop and now have a chance of cutting the lead once again. Inside's Tolson, left-hand shot, blocked. No, she's fouled by Colbeck. And that will put Tolson at the line to shoot 2.
And it's one of the things we saw in the first half too, Jason, that the Otters built out to a little bit of a lead there, and the Vikings came rushing back. It's eerily similar right now what's happening.
Tolson unable to get the free throw to go, normally automatic at the line, but tonight she's 0 of 3. Sophia Paulson comes in for Morgan Korf. Tolson gets that one to go, ends the drought at the line. Cuts it to 4. Otters with the basketball. Colbeck off the screen, thought about the jumper now, hands it off for Ratz, who fires for 3 off the iron. Rebound, fought and grabbed for by the Otters. Now Colbeck, the open look for 3, and she hits it. Ellie Colbeck extends it to 7 for the Otters. Back the other way, Tolson spins. The Otters converge on her. Now they kick it back out top for Chloe Paulson. Paulson near side, Tolson. Tolson looking to set things up patiently. Now we'll come back with the left hand. And switches to the right, now spins. And there is another 5-second call on the Vikings.
You mentioned it, Jason. We touted the Pelican Rapids defense, and they're doing a great job against the high scoring. But this Otter defense is just smothering right now. I think that's the 4th or 5th 5-second call.
7 minutes to go in the second half. Here in the 8-2A championship, the Otters lead by 7. Colbeck looks inside, finds Pearson. Pearson gets space, shot blocked. Rebound to the Vikings.
I think if she could have that one back, she'd go right straight up with it. I think she was expecting somebody to be there, and they weren't.
Stevenson with it. Looking things over. Now drives, hands it out for Chloe Paulson. Looks inside, stolen away. Pearson read that one perfectly, and now a foul as it went to Anna Anderson. And a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Allie Hybe.
Anna Anderson's had a nice stretch run here for the Otters, and really somebody they needed, I think, Jason, as she's got a few shots to go. Ben got a few good rebounds there and a few assists, so nice job by Anderson.
Now comes over Anna Anderson, right side for Colbeck. Comes back, Rotz fires a 3, but that won't count as there's an offensive foul on a moving screen.
And it was funny that it's the moving screen, because I was almost to comment, Jason, there have been a lot of hard set screens here tonight, and none of them have been called a foul up until that point. So I didn't quite see that one, but it had to be legit because they've been letting those screens. There's been some hard ones set tonight.
Logan Strom, the guilty party, her second foul. Tolson into the lane, stops the jump shot, kicks it over. Korf for 3, hits it. Morgan Korf, her first 3 points of the game, and a timely 3-pointer, cuts it to 43-39. Colbeck through her legs there, Paulson there, now it comes back to her. Chloe Paulson almost got the turnover. Anderson dribbles right side, now comes with the pass to Pearson. Pearson drives, she's bumped, but Paulson gets the loose ball off the rebound. Paulson with it, comes back Korf. Korf with the screen from Tolson, dribbles back out to the Ian Perham on the floor at the Hive. In the Section 8 2A championship, 5:20 to go, Otters lead 43-39. Welch with it on the baseline, looks up top, Tolson. Tollefson, a long-range three. It's good! Greta Tollefson starting to heat up from outside now. Hits that one, cuts it to one. And Colbeck guarded closely by Paulson in the backcourt. As Brian Korf in the background is encouraging his Vikings team to play solid defense here. Colbeck off the screen, goes right side to Anderson. Now to Rats. Rats kicks back up top. Pearson picks up her dribble. Now gets to Anderson, goes right side. Logan Strom with it. Back to Pearson with the head fake. Back up to Rats as the Otters reset on offense. They go left side. Now Colbeck gets it. 4:10 to go with a 1-point lead for the Otters. And Paulson gets her hand on the pass, but Colbeck is able to corral it. Rats with it. Now to Pearson. And a three-pointer on its way. No good from Ann Anderson. It goes out of bounds. And the Vikings will get the loose ball.
And that was a great possession by the Otters, not finishing with what they wanted. But wow, Chloe Paulson sticking. We talked about the other way. Chloe Paulson had a great defensive series. That one all over Colbeck wherever she went on the floor.
3:54 to go. Pressure on the inbounds pass, but Tollefson's able to corral it. Now gets it to Korf. Korf across the timeline with speed will slow things down in front of the Pelican Rapids bench. Now comes near side. Korf looking things over to Tollefson. Tollefson looking to drive against Rats into the lane with the spin. Fires up a shot. It's good for two off the glass. And just like that, the Vikings are back in front. And now Colbeck with the drive and a kick. Now it goes to Polieski to the right side for Rats. Rats with the screen. Kick it over for Pearson. Pearson looking for help. We'll fire it over there for Rats again. Rats look inside. Pearson kick out near side. They're looking for Nuss. Nuss now with it over to Pearson. Pearson from the free throw line. The jumper no good off the mark. Rebound tapped around. Corralled by the Otters. And an important one there for the Otters as we're under three. Colbeck, the jumper, too strong. Rebound and a foul going through the back is going to be on Paige Pearson.
Good job by the Vikings. Usually sometimes on those scramble rebounds, you have a tendency to lose somebody. They did not. They got right back to their person and right back into their tough defense and made a real tough shot for Colbeck that time.
Korf with it, 2:40 to go. It's a 1-point Pelican Rapids lead. Lance touched on it, didn't want to trail by 10. Now they have a chance to extend it to 3, but the shot's still good, and Tollefson's fouled. It appeared that the Otters were going to start pulling away, but the Vikings have had all their ideas.
Yeah, just the same. It's almost identical to that first half, and these are some big free throws.
Tollefson missed her first 3, hit the next one, and now has hit 2 straight.
And she's really found her groove. Not that she was off, but she has carried the load offensively here in the last 3-4 minutes.
Free throw is good for Tollefson. The Vikings looking to make a return trip to States. They lead by 3. Colbeck with it. Dangerously close on that dribble, and now it's turned over as Korf gets the loose ball. See what the Vikings elect to do now. Korf in the backcourt. Gets across the timeline. Stephenson with it. Cross court for Paulson. Paulson looks up top for Korf under 2 minutes ago. Nuss. They're going to say it's tapped. And that allowed her to go in the backcourt to grab the loose ball. Now Tollefson with it with 1:45 to go and a 3-point lead. Quick pull-up jumper from the right side, high off the backboard, tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Fergus Falls.
And this is a big possession, and I think you're at that point. You can wait until you get the shot you want if you're the Vikings.
1:38 to go. The Otters have 4 timeouts remaining. The Vikings have 2 as Tollefson In the lane, looks for Welch. She corrals it near side in front of the Pelican bench. Back to Tolson with 1.5. Tolson clearing space. Goes to the far side and now is fouled. That's going to put her to the line. No, it won't. Yes, it does. That is the team 7th.
And that's kind of what I was alluding to. I think you could pull that ball out being ahead by 3. If you can take care of it, you're going to end up at the free throw line where a lot of games are won or lost.
Tolson, after missing the first 3, has hit 3. Make that 4. That's one of the joys of Minnesota basketball. Without a shot clock, you can work the clock as much as you want.
Yeah, and teams use it to their advantage. That's for sure.
And now it's a 5-point Viking lead. Dolbeck with it. Gets the screen. Fires the 3 on its way. It's good. Ellie Kolbeck hits the 3. And a timeout called by the Otters with 1:05 to go. 48-46. We'll take a quick timeout, come back here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Welcome back here at the Hive. 1:05 to go. It's 48-46 in favor of Pelican Rapids here in the second half. Winner to the Class 2A States Tournament. They're playing for a spot in that tournament.
And this is everything you could want. Minute 5 left to go. 2-point game. Possession to the Vikings here. So I'm sure they're drawing up how they want to get it. Probably going to see some sort of full court pressure. I'm sure if you don't get a quick steal, if you're the Otters, Coach Strand's telling who they want to get the ball in the hands of and then try to get a foul and get the ball back. Because even if you hit 1 out of 2, it's still a 1-possession game at this point. So here we go. Buckle up for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Almost everyone on their feet now with 1:05 to go. Dorf looking to inbound. And now we're going to have a foul. It's going to be on Rats. And Rats looks surprised. I think Fergus Falls Faithful seems surprised. But a headsy play by Greta Tollefson as she's going to go to the line.
Yeah, and I have to say, Jason, I'm a little surprised myself, but there must have been more to it than what was seen or what I saw as I was kind of looking up the floor.
The fortunate thing, if you're Fergus Falls, no time goes off the clock.
Yeah, and that's one way you can look at it is you gain yourself a little bit more time for your offensive set.
Tollefson gets that one to go. She gets the second. She's been automatic since missing the first 3 at the free throw line. 49-46. This is a very important free throw with 1:05 to go. And she gets the roll. 50-46. Vikings lead with a minute to go. Dolbeck drives, kicks off Pearson. Now a 3 from the left side. Misses everything and goes out of bounds. And it'll be Pelican Rapids basketball. Strom had the look, just couldn't get the shot to drop.
Yeah, nice wide open look. And at first I thought it was dead on from our angle. And then it was a little bit to the right. So again, I think you go for the steal here. You don't get it, then you foul.
Dorf looking to inbound. Gets it to Tollefson. Tollefson. Across the timeline. And now there's the foul. And that'll put Greta Tollefson to the line.
And maybe not the person you want to foul at this point, but I think she had the ball in her hands and she wasn't going to give it up until she was fouled.
Free throw, Tollefson, no good. Rebound grab, though, by the Vikings. And a big one grabbed there by Allie Hybe. Ball gets poked away. Kolbeck thought she got it clean, but it's going to put Tollefson to the line. She'll be shooting 2. And that free throw is good for Tollefson. 51-46. 41.2 seconds to go. She gets the second, does Tollefson. Kolbeck. And the Otters trail by 6. Gets a screen. They close on her quickly. Now looking to drive. Nuss gets cut off. Pearson with a three-pointer on its way from Anna Anderson off the mark to the right. And the Vikings with the rebound. And they're starting to feel it with 20 seconds to go. With a pass stolen away, Kolbeck. Kolbeck, the 3. No good, in and out. Rebound, Morgan Korf. They close. No, a timeout called by the Vikings with 9.7 seconds to go as they're starting to close in on their second straight Section 8-2A championship.
Yeah, and what an unbelievable game. It's just been so fun to watch. And then some of the things that we talked about early on, Jason, just that gritty toughness of the Vikings are really shining through here on their play. They're doing a good job. Here, they got to get the ball in bounds, cover it up, and shoot some free throws. Situation is you're up by 6 with 9.7 seconds left. You don't need to make a basket. It's going to take a couple three-pointers by the Otters, even if you don't make a free throw. If you make a free throw, now you extend that game out further. And it's tough to score that many points in 9.7 seconds. Take care of the basketball. Don't turn it over underneath your own hoop.
Mike Holkate math is right. Greta Tollefson has 30 points, 21 of them in this second half. She has really just put her team on her shoulders and is trying to lead her team back to the state tournament. Tollefson will now inbound with 9.7 seconds to go. Expect the plan if you're Pelican Rapids, get the inbounds pass and get it right back to her. Inbounds, Stephenson right back to Tollefson. And with 5 seconds, Tollefson crosses the timeline, loses control of the basketball, corrals it, will hold on to it, and the Pelican Rapids Vikings are going back to state with a 52-46 victory over the Fergus Falls Otters as they earn the victory today here at the Hive.
Yeah, and a well-deserved victory for them. They just played inspired basketball and led by their leader, Tollefson. Like you said, just an incredible second half. To have 21 points and a half is amazing. And, it was a battle back and forth, and it really ended up being a game of a few runs. Both halves, the Otters got up, Vikings came back. Otters got up, Vikings came back. What a fun game to watch and be a part of.
Well, we touched on it. We thought Fergus Falls for a moment there was starting to pull away. They got to that 9-point lead. You made the comment this would be a very important possession for Pelican Rapids, and sure enough, out of that timeout, they turned the game around.
Yeah, it was I would say every timeout, Coach Korf had a really good plan of what they wanted to do, and they came away with a basket almost every time. None more crucial than that time where the game could have been in double digits. And then that pressure, mentally, you don't want to think about it, but you see a 10-point spread, and all of a sudden you start pressing a little more than you normally would. Hats off to the Vikings for not doing that. One
of the things we talked about in the pregame show, we hit it heavily. If you're a Pelican Rapids team, you want to hold Fergus Falls or keep them in the 40s. They did just that. Held the high-scoring, potent offense of the Fergus Falls Otters 14 points below, or actually 24 about points below their regular season total.
Right, and they were cruising on their way. I think I said they were at 40 points at some point there, Jason. And then all of a sudden, they just clinched up defensively.
And we'll take a quick timeout as both teams are getting a round of applause. There will not be your typical and traditional award ceremony due to the COVID-19 protocols. So both teams will now meet. As you see, head coach Brian Korf talking things over with his team right now as they celebrate a 52-46 victory tonight over the Fergus Falls
And those
Otters.
are smiles, Jason, that masks can't even hide. I mean, you can just tell by the girls and how they appreciated their fan section and their cheering section. And that's the great part of high school athletics, is how important it is to the entire community, how important it is to the fan base, the parents, grandparents, and even friends who they get to be in class with every day, how important this really is.
The Otters have a tough season, or an outstanding season, come to a tough end as they suffer their 4th loss of the season as they move to 18-4 and end their season 18-4. Pelican Rapids improves to 20-1 overall and potentially could be back here at the Hive, depending on where they're selected for the state tournament.
Right, and you got to give all hats off to the Vikings here, and we can go through scores or whatever. I think the defense that Chloe Paulson put on in that last 6 to 7 minutes on Ellie Kolbeck, she still got her points, but they weren't easy points. And that was really kind of a key to the game when she really just stood up and it kind of amplified all that the Vikings do when they're on defense. But hats off to the Fergus Falls Otters. They had a tremendous season. They play a tough schedule. They were ready to go. Just tonight, things didn't fall the way maybe they wanted it to fall, a few shots here or there. But on the other hand, you can also say, hey, the Vikings played excellent defense, which is what we were expecting out of them.
For the 2nd straight year, the Vikings are going to state as they improve to 20-1. Now we'll take a timeout and come back with much more on this contest between the Otters and the Vikings. Congratulations to the Vikings as they earn a 52-46 victory. We'll take a timeout on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and IsoClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Welcome back here at the Hive. The celebration continues for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. They earn a 52-46 victory over the Fergus Falls Otters and will advance to the Class 2A state tournament with the victory.
Yeah, what an exciting time for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. You know, they celebrate again after last year, and I think we all kind of think of this almost as an upset, Jason, but they were 1-2 coming into this. So, you know, Fergus Falls had been beat on the year, so it wasn't like they were coming in undefeated and whatever. And I think what we talked about keys to the game was Colbeck. She did what she was supposed to do. Probably if you're looking, you want a little help to support her along the way, and it came at times, but then it disappeared in times. And man, what a game! Well, what a whole game, but what a second half for the Vikings in Tollefson. It was just incredible.
You could see head coach Brian Korf on the screen. I was going to say, it must be something about that orange shirt as he wins another championship with that orange shirt on, knocking off the Fergus Falls Otters. And like you said, Greta Tollefson, outstanding. We'll definitely talk more about her after our next time out. But she just really put her team on the shoulders in that second half.
She did, and she had a nice supporting cast, and they did a lot of really nice things. But when push came to shove, you knew who was going to have the basketball. And it came down even to those last ones when they were being pressed. She was going to get the basketball. And you had mentioned it right away, Jason, was they're having her take it out so they can go right back to her. She wanted the basketball. And that's someone who is really confident on an evening. And she just showed that every time down the court.
The Vikings earn a 52-46 victory over the Fergus Falls Otters. After this timeout, we'll come back with your United Community Bank Player of the Game here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here at the Hive. The Vikings earn a 52-46 victory. And Lance Rock, I think there's not much debate tonight on your United Community Bank Player of the Game.
No, and we've sang her praises since throughout the whole second half, and no surprise to me, you, or probably anybody in this building, Greta Tollefson is our United Community Bank Player of the Game, as she just put the Vikings on her shoulders and said, we're going to state.
30 points on the night. She hit 3 3-pointers, 9 of 13 at the line, missed her first three, then went on a run at the free throw line and kind of just locked things down at the free throw line and just finds ways to lead her team like she has done for her career, the senior leader for the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
Right, and again, I'm glad I got to watch another game of her playing, and that career's not over yet as they'll await who and when and what time that they will continue playing. And what an exciting time if you're walking down the hallways in Pelican Rapids right now, as you can celebrate with your girls basketball team on back-to-back Section 8 AA championships.
And it's kind of unique as you're watching the celebration. You can see on our screen it's different this year. You don't see them cutting down the nets. They're not doing that. They didn't have the award ceremony because of COVID-19. As also on the other side now, several of the Fergus Falls Otters come out and receive a round of applause from their fans. But here on the Pelican Rapids, you touch on that. They're trying to, as much as they possibly can, celebrate in the moment, but realize that they still have more work to do because of COVID-19. And we saw a team on the girls' hockey side of things have to get quarantined and actually lose their chance at state. So you're trying to avoid that as much as possible.
But one thing you can't hide, things may be different, the building may be different, the way we celebrate may be different, but the smiles on their faces, the excitement of family and friends gathered together cannot be changed. And again, I've said it 100 times, that's why I fall in love over and over again with high school athletics, because there truly is the agony of defeat. And if you're the Otters right now, you're feeling that, and you see the hugs, and sometimes that's just as important as the pictures taken when you win, is the person who's lending that shoulder to cry on right now when you realize the career is over, and it's a hard thing to see go by. This is the best part of March to me. The March Madness is great, the NCAA is great, everything is great, but high school athletics to me cannot be beat.
And you look at things for Fergus Falls, the seniors, Michaela Hoos, Emily Nuss, Logan Strom, Anna Anderson, Katie Stroman, and Paige Pearson have their careers come to an end. Some names there we didn't say that are juniors coming back, so you look in the future for Fergus Falls, it's going to be a bright one as well. And this section, again, is going to continue to grow. You hear about some teams, they don't rebuild, they reload, and that can be said for this section.
Right, and I think it's just so, and I think winning, and you look at how many teams in the section had winning records. I think winning continues to bring more winning, and you can see just all the younger girls, all the maybe the junior hires who are here, and they're all celebrating, and they want to be the next one to do this. And the same can be said for Fergus Falls. You know that they're going to go back to the gym, work on some things, and they're going to be ready to come back next year.
Well, there's one thing I was happy just to see. I was touching on one of the things. I'm glad to see the ladders out as they're going to get ready to cut down the nets, as you deserve that honor when you win a section championship.
Yeah, and every time I see this, that NCAA song comes back, and you just hear the ball is tipped, and it's such a true song, and it brings out so many emotions, because most of us have lived this in some aspect in our lives where we've been on one side or the other, where we've had that joy of winning, but we've also had the struggles of being defeated, and all of our seasons come to an end at some point. A wise person said there's usually like one team in every class that walks away a winner, and it'll especially be true this year. Sometimes you get a third place game in there, but there's not too many teams that get to walk out going, we won our last game. And so you're gonna feel that at some point. So this has just been so much fun, and like you said, it's what a celebration. And when you can cut the nets down, it makes it a little bit even more fun.
We'll look at the stats quick. Fergus Falls, the scoring for them, leading the way was Ellie Kulback with 28 points. Tori Ratz finishes with 6. Anna Anderson with 5. Hannah Polieski with 4. And Paige Pearson with 3. You kind of touched on it. They needed to find a secondary scorer. The Vikings were able to clamp down. The Otters really couldn't get that secondary scorer they needed.
Yeah, and I think you brought it up, Jason, that maybe they were all right having Kulback get her points and shutting everybody else down, knowing that they were going to probably score more than what she was going to give by herself, and that's what it looks like on the stat sheet. And you kind of look at one that sticks out as Mike puts it up on the screen for all of us. 18 for 41 for the Otters. They were 9 of 18 at halftime, and we were talking about 50%. That was a tough half for them, and a lot of it was good defense by the Vikings.
The other side of things, the Vikings, you said, 17 from 30 from the field, 23 rebounds, a lot of second chance opportunities that the Otters were able to get. I know they had the 2.2 rebound advantage, but I think they got 4 of them on that one possession.
Right, and and I'm going to use this term. It's probably overused it tonight, but that was a gritty performance. there's some really, really dynamic athletes for the Otters, and they just came out to play the Vikings, and they didn't get down. There were a couple times there, once in the first, once in the second, that I thought, well, here goes the Otters, and just like that, there'd be a couple threes, and the Vikings would be right back and have it at a 2-point game, and then in the last took it over and never gave it back.
Greta Tolfsen leads the way for the Vikings. She finishes with 30 points. Anna Stephenson with 11 points. 3 points for Ellie Welch, 3 points for Chloe Paulson, 3 points for Morgan Korf, and 2 points for Allie Hybe, as the Vikings earn a 52-46 victory over the Fergus Falls Otters. The celebration continuing on the floor at the Hive. On one side, you have joyous elation. On the other side, you have the taste of defeats, as a split in half here at the Hive.
Yeah, and it all happens under one roof, and that's and again, that's where I go with high school athletics. There's nothing quite like it, and you just feel for a team that has to lose, and this is kind of a unique situation for us, as our hometown team's not here, so we just got to call the game, not really having a favorite one way or the other. And I don't know, I just so enjoyed this evening and being able to bring this broadcast to you guys, as it was one of those that it's kind of like watching a good movie. You blink and it's over, and you go, what, that was an hour and a half? And that's the way I felt tonight, Jason, is, wow, the game's over, and I could have certainly watched more.
It was a unique contest tonight, the way these two teams played, like you said, exciting. And it played in the way for Pelican Rapids. It seemed like once the Otters made that run and got that 9-point lead, you kind of thought maybe they're going to start pulling away. But once again, the Vikings made the adjustment, clamped down, and were able to close out and pick up the big victory.
Right, and it was we talk about kind of the two stars of the game, so to speak, that led in scoring, but a lot of times it's all of the little things. And I go back to Chloe Paulson really just locking down as a defender, how important that was. And I think about just the numerous amount of screens that were set, and which led to easy baskets for one team or another. There might be a leading scorer, but you need all of the players on your team to play their role, and I think that's what the Vikings did tonight. They all had their roles defined for them, and they just did an excellent job of executing.
We'll take a quick timeout, come back here, and roll on with your postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. Celebration continuing for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. They earned a 52-46 victory over Fergus Falls. And Lance, we got a chance here waiting for them to get ready to kind of cut down some nets. Tomorrow night is going to be a fun one. Fergus Falls Otters, Perham Yellow Jackets boys basketball, Section 8 2A championship from Pelican Rapids.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those kind of like this one. This one got to play out last year. The Fergus Falls Perham game did not get to play out last year as that morning they found out there was not going to be a game. So I think this has been a long anticipated matchup between the Otters and the Yellow Jackets, and I'm looking forward to seeing a few things, seeing a 7-footer. And here we're going to start with cutting down the nets.
And it's fitting, it's Greta Tolfson, the first one to cut down the nets, as she found her way to the net tonight with 30 points to lead the way for the Vikings as she cuts the first strand off that hoop.
Yeah, and she did find her way to the rim a lot of times, and different spin moves and up and unders, and any way that she could get there, she seemed to get there.
Senior leadership from this Viking squad: Chloe Paulson, Mia Stewart, Rachel Guler, Anna Stephenson, Greta Tolfson, Ali Hybe. The seniors on Pelican Rapids really showed forth when the team needed a big play. They counted on their seniors as well. I got to give it a tip of the cap to 7th grader Morgan Korf as well.
Yeah, amazing. 7th grader handled that pressure all night long, and we knew Pelican Rapids was going to bring pressure. We're going to see if we can get a quick interview here. I'll turn it back over to Jason.
And we'll be joined now by Pelican Rapids head coach Brian Korf. And Brian, congratulations. First of all, how's it feel?
You know, unbelievable. If you would have told me this at the beginning of the year that we would have the season we have, I'd say, well, we're going to need some luck. And we did have some luck. You know, you look at our HOL conference, all the good teams, good players, good coaches. We were fortunate to have the success that we did in our conference this season, and then come through playoffs, and you got such well-coached teams, good players. You know, and then you come tonight with Fergus Falls, and you got Ellie Kobeck, one of the best basketball players in the state of Minnesota, and then you have Rats that can shoot lights out at the three-pointer, and Pearson, who's good in the post, and they have good role players that can shoot the three and get to the basket. So when you ask me how I feel, I'm just so happy for these girls, you know, to have these memories. Great group, 7 seniors. Now let me tell you something, those 7 seniors, man, they support each other, and they're so good to the underclassmen. I just can't say enough good things about them.
You mentioned one of their seniors, Greta Tolfson, that second half that she put together for your team. Just talk about the impact that she had and what she did for you guys in the second half.
Greta Tolfson has one thing, and that's a drive. Special player. You know, she's so good with the ball. You know, she's 5'11", so strong, can get to the rim, can shoot the three. I think she shot an NBA three-pointer, but you know what? You know, I'll get on her back any time of the day. Great player.
You guys in that second half, you fall down by 9 points. You guys take that timeout and really seem to turn the momentum out of that timeout. What may have been said, I don't know if you don't want to share a lot, but what may have said and kind of turn that timeout and turn the game around?
Yeah, I think we lost Rats there a little bit, and you know, when you have a little junior high girl out there trying to guard her and do the best she can, you know, she was starting to worry about the ball too much instead of number 22 Rats. So we had to refocus, regroup, and then kind of talk about some things offensively that we need to do, and we needed to attack more.
2 years in a row getting to go back to the state, how's it feel?
You know, great, and I'm so proud of these girls. You know, to do it once is hard. To do it 2 years in a row, very difficult, especially when you got such great teams in the section. So we're fortunate. We feel lucky. We feel blessed. We're very happy. And these girls work hard, and I'm glad that they're rewarded for their hard work.
This year has been different than any other year, and you guys are able to battle through that along with the teams that you face, the adversity teams had to face this year, and being able to get a chance to celebrate here on the floor. How does that feel?
Yeah, you're exactly right, and that's everyone in the state of Minnesota, you know, wearing masks, things like that. I'm just so glad the State High School League is trying to move forward, have a state tournament to provide opportunities for girls, boys in the state of Minnesota, to whatever sport it is, to have that opportunity to make it to state and create memories. These girls right here, they're not going to forget this. They're not going to forget this. Just great times. And they're going to enjoy this. They love being together, and that's what's so special.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Congratulations and good luck next week.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Take care.
All right. That's Pelican Rapids head coach Brian Korf right here on the Magnitude Sports Network. We'll take one more timeout, wrap things up here, get you set up for tomorrow night's game here between the Yellow Jackets and the Otters tomorrow night. We'll wrap things up here on the Vikings and their victory over the Otters here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISOClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
We're back here live at the Hive as they get ready, as the Otters suffered the tough loss to the Vikings tonight, but the Vikings cutting down the nets for the second straight year. This time at the Hive, last year at Concordia, as they advance the state with a 52-46 victory over the Fergus Falls Otters.
Yeah, and we're getting close, Jason, to that final string getting cut off the net is such a, it's one of those things when you think about it, it'll probably be in Pelican Rapids High School for years and years and years to come, and you'll be coming back for reunions going, remember that night. Things were different, things were not the same, but they'll never, ever, ever take it away from what the Vikings accomplished here tonight.
Well, I know there's several former Vikings that like to relive those memories, and now these ones will have a chance to relive their own in a few years and celebrate that. As Morgan Korf takes a strand out the net.
Another great part of high school athletics is being able to get together with friends and share some stories. Most of them, I like to say, I tell are true. Maybe a little fib here now and again, but it is good to get back and reminisce, and it just brings back memories as you watch these ladies enjoy their evening here at the Hive.
And one thing I like to comment on, Brian Korf touched on it with their interview. He commented on the seniors and the impact that they have, helping the youngsters and doing everything that they do for the program. That's what makes this Pelican Rapids program great.
Right, and I think you look at most programs that have had success, and not just like a 1-2 year success, but success year in and year out. It is a culture, and it's built, and people just keep coming, and kids want to be that next one. I don't know, it's awesome to pan to the shot. There's a toddler there with the basketball already, thinking about how fun this is to be at this game and living this life. So fun to watch the Vikings cut down the nets right now. And there he is, ready to roll. Game on.
As they continue to cut down the nets here at the Hive, Pelican Rapids moving on with the 52-46 victory over Fergus Falls. For the second straight year, the Vikings will be representing Section 8 2A at the Class 2A tournament.
Coach Royson maybe won't even need the ladder. I remember playing days with him, and he wasn't afraid to get to the basket either. So fun to watch the coaches celebrate. Sometimes you're very humble as a coach, and it's nice to see them enjoy and to watch the girls and their response of wanting them all to cut down the nets.
As they continue to pass the scissors throughout the coaching staff, Brian Korf, the head coach, Cody Schaefer, Amanda Bells, and Lance Roysum, the staff for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Continuing the celebration here at the Hive, awaiting head coach Brian Korf's turn to cut down the nets.
And you can start hearing the chants of Coach Korf and fun to celebrate with the Pelican Rapids Vikings tonight.
They earned this victory. You could see them enjoying the moment.
Which leads us to what you had said, Jason, as we're waiting for them to cut the final pieces down. Maybe another net cutting tomorrow. Well, there will be a net cutting tomorrow night, and another one that I think will be a battle quite similar to this one, where who imposes their will and what they want to do might really be what the final outcome is.
As it's going to be an interesting one tomorrow night. The Perham Yellow Jackets taking on the Fergus Falls Otters in the Section 8-2A Boys Basketball Championship. The game will be played in Pelican Rapids, as now the chance for Mr. Brian Korf grow to cut down the final strand of the nets. For the second straight year, the Pelican Rapids Vikings are your Section 8-2A champions, as they knock off the Fergus Falls Honors 52-46. The joys of cutting down the final strand, you got to fold up the ladder. That's head coach Brian Korf, as they'll take down the other nets as well. And I'm sure Mr. Dave Cressup will be here soon putting up 2 more nets to get ready for tomorrow, as we get ready to go for that one tomorrow night. But the Vikings, Lance, we kind of get ready to put the final bow on this broadcast tonight. Just outstanding, and they did it like they've done all year long. It was their defense.
Right, and they were relentless, and I think they were all game long. There were a couple stretches there, like we had said, where the Otters kind of imposed their will, and then, here's a try at a first shot maybe. But it was so exciting to watch them just play so hard. And you could tell when those final seconds went off the clock there, Jason, just how much they had poured into this game. And it was so fun to see them be able to celebrate. And congratulations to Coach Korf and the 2-time Section 8 AA champions, the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
They earned the big victory tonight over Fergus Falls. We'd like to thank our staff tonight, and a great job done by them. Eric Tiongson, Janice, and Mike Mason, all the help and support of putting this broadcast together with the graphics and everything that they've done, working with us and giving us this opportunity. We appreciate the support that they have done and given us here tonight. We appreciate the support tonight here at the Hive. And we'll wrap things up as the Pelican Rapids Vikings earn a 52-46 victory over the Fergus Falls Otters. For Lance Rock, I'm Jason Grohl. Thank you for tuning in to the Section 8-2A Girls Basketball Championship here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
All right, we want to thank Jason and Lance for a fine job they've done all season long here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Home and, they haven't done any away games yet, but I think they will starting tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. And I'll text them to be sure. But Pelican Rapids winning a second one now as check that wrong roster here. That is Greta Tollefson. Greta Tollefson taking a snip at the net. Eric is on the mic with me. How you doing tonight? Great job on camera, by the way.
Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. How about you yourself?
Not bad. Had an exciting game here, and you got to watch the game. Your thoughts on it? First half, second half, how things changed? Just your overall synopsis, I guess you could say.
Well, I know they talked about it a lot during the post-game show, and I think I'd really have to agree that timeout there in the second half was a real turning point in this game. I think this game was also a great battle of three-pointers versus free throws. You saw a lot of three-pointers, a lot of outside shots here from Fergus Falls, and they were hitting them a lot early on, but as the old saying goes, you live by the three, you die by the three. And I believe they mentioned also only 3 trips to the free throw line for the Otters, whereas you look at Pelican Rapids, they really made their money at the free throw line, especially Tollefson down the stretch. And in my opinion, that's really what won them the game right there.
Yeah, no, it was a great game. I tried to pull it up on my phone, but there must be so many internet connections here, and my phone's not working. But I believe that these two teams were tied at halftime last year, just like they were this year. Huh. And at one point, Fergus Falls, I think, had like a 4 or 6 point lead, and they may have even stretched it to 7 or 8, and then we were in a break, and I can't remember who hit the shot for Fergus Falls, but it was a 3-pointer. And we went to commercial break, and the talk behind the scenes was that shot was the dagger, wasn't it? And I absolutely agreed with that. I thought Fergus Falls probably had it wrapped up at that point, but then Pelican Rapids stepped right back onto the court to play some great basketball. And they just never looked back from that moment, and they eventually got the game tied, got the lead, and came back and won the game. And Greta Tollefson with 30 points tonight, including 9 from behind the 3-point arc. And it was almost a very similar feel to last year's game. And the result was nearly, ultimately it was the same, but nearly. Nearly it came down to a final shot type scenario. Not the case in this particular game, but for a moment there you thought it might have.
Oh yeah,
it was tied back and forth. Each team had leads, and you just didn't really know what was going to go down. So,
well, that's just what great teams do. I mean, obviously both teams great teams here. That's why they're here in the first place. So you look at Pelican Rapids, only 1 loss all season, and they just finished. That was something I was thinking down the stretch too, They did a great job finishing the game. They went on that run. They were able to close things out. Coach Korf was talking about all the seniors on his team. I believe he said there was 7 seniors, and you could really tell this was a really well-coached and experienced Pelican Rapids team, and they did a great job closing out. They didn't let the moment get too big for them.
Yeah, have you ever had a net around your neck there? That's got to be one of the greatest pieces of jewelry that's not jewelry right there for a girls basketball team. So that record time there, they really took down that net quick compared to that first one there. That'll go into the Magnitude record books. But want to put the future Vikings player into the spotlight there. He's going to do some hand checking and eventually get the steal. And, man, he's just playing some incredible defense right there, and he almost stole it away too. And he gets it. Man, and now he's cruising down court, and he's going to hold on to the ball and dribble the clock out, and the youngster wins the championship here at the Hive in Perham. So, well, hey, that's probably going to wrap this one up here. Once again, your final score in this one is shut down on our computer. But, the Pelican Rapids Vikings going on to a win And I shouldn't have shut it off there because I didn't write it down. But congratulations once again to the Pelican Rapids Vikings. They are undefeated in Section 8-2A championship games on Magnitude Sports. And, well, maybe they'll want to play on Magnitude more often in the championship game. So, all right. Well, hey, for Jason and Lance, for Janice on camera, for Eric Tianson, my name's Mike Mason. And we have one more game to the winter sports season, and that game is tomorrow. It is the boys Section 8-2A tournament championship. The teams are not listed there, but I can promise you that it is the Fergus Falls Otters and the Perham Yellow Jackets. We're both going to be at that game. Your thoughts on that one? What have you seen a lot of Fergus Falls? What do you know about them? I know you know a little bit about the Perham Yellow Jackets. What are your thoughts on that game based upon what you know?
Well, admittedly, I've actually never seen Fergus Falls play this year, but I did hear a 2-word phrase that really caught my ears when they were previewing this game, and that's 7-footer. We're going to see a big man out there today.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen a player that tall play at the high school level before, so I'm really excited to see him go to work. We'll see how he handles the Perham Yellow Jackets. That should be a fun one.
Well, I encourage you to go to Magnitude Sports YouTube and search Dilworth Glendon Felton versus Fergus Falls. That was the semifinal last year, the final game for the boys before the season came to a conclusion last year. And you'll get to see that 7-footer that you're referencing play, and he's a monster on the court. He is definitely one that you'll want to check out and watch him play. He's an exciting player. And for the rest of that team's pretty good too. But Perham also really, really good as well. So, all right. Well, hey, that's going to wrap it up. Like I said, we'll have one more game tomorrow, and then that will do it. And once again, you can find us online on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And that would be great if you were to subscribe, like, and follow on there. And don't forget, Games on Demand. You can go there and watch any of our past broadcasts with simple one click of the mouse. So pull it right up on your desktop, laptop, computer, or you can do it the hard way by searching for the game on our YouTube channel or in one of the various playlists and all that good stuff. So once again, thank you so much for watching. And the Pelican Rapids Vikings, 2 in a row, Section 8-2A title champions. As they get their final pictures taken, we will fade out on that shot right there. Congratulations to the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.